do you remember, Bern, it was years ago now, and it was the midday show before you and I even took over for Imus. But I pretty much maligned her for days leading up to it. I'm like, what kind of talent does it take to turn over a letter? I mean, Jesus. It's making millions of She has no talent.
No, but it doesn't matter.
Well, I know that.
Pat Sajak has the wit and the talent, and she's just a nice lady. She's just
right.
She's part of the fixture. She's part of Americana.
Well, I totally
Every
get
night,
it.
everybody watches.
Totally get it.
She's a team player. She's not trying to outdo
She's
Pat.
got no talent.
Yes, she does.
No, she doesn't.
She's part of the team.
So this was the argument we had like 4 years ago. We were taking phone calls. People were like, Sid, you're a hater. Of course she's got talent. People are like, no, she's got no talent. Anyway.
She's a very attractive lady.
No, she's not. God.
Look, she's
weighs about 30 pounds
she's
soaking
getting
wet.
a little older.
Oh, God.
But she's
got a body like an 8-year-old boy.
Classy lady.
Her face looks good.
It does?
Very
Her hair?
classy lady.
No, it's all
she
subjective.
turns the wheel, and it's a beautiful thing.
Well, she was very nice here that day, and of course I said all the right things after maligning her like I just did again.
Terrible. So bad.
She's not attractive. She's not talented. I don't know, but she's been around for 37 years.
She's a sweetheart.
There's a million people that are sweethearts.
She's
What does that mean?
America's sweetheart.
Now she's America's
That's
sweetheart.
it. Well said, Jill. You're right.
Oh, my God.
She's just a nice woman. There's no reason.
There's a million
She's not
nice
Joy
women.
Behar. She's not, she's not some vicious witch.
So that makes her what? You're right about that.
And she goes up there and she turns the wheel. And
She's likable.
she's a good sidekick to Pat Sajak.
They've kept them both for 35 years. So
Listen,
it works for America.
I'm not arguing they have a good relationship. They work nicely together. The whole thing is cute, but she's got turning over a letter.
Okay, you made your point. Go
All
ahead.
right. Anyway, last night she had the chance to show if she really had talent because turns out that Pat Sajak, he's 73 years old now.
Yes, I knew that.
Pat Sajak had to undergo emergency surgery for blocked intestine.
Which, by the way, I reported at the time when it happened. And, of course, they taped these shows. And it took, about a month and a half now for the live show, for the shows that they were taping then to catch up.
Right.
And last night was the first of them.
And that was the one that she hosted. So after 37 years of turning letters, which takes no talent, she actually hosted the show last night. And I guess Minnie Mouse turned the letters.
Yeah,
that goes to show you, by the way, how much talent Vanna White has. Minnie Mouse turned the letters last night.
Yeah, okay. So what's your point?
Well, I know. Do you want to hear how she did hosting the show?
I don't have to.
She effed up.
I watched it. It was fine.
It wasn't fine. She said it was bankrupt. It was a $500.
Doesn't matter. She did a good job.
Well, let's hear it. Here's Vanna White last night. God, you love
We are
her.
going to move on to our next puzzle, which is food and drink. Oh, all right. Well, Rochelle, you're going to start that round, but I'm going to give the wheel a final spin. That wheel is heavy. Oh, no. My first spin. Look at that. No, I'm looking at the wrong arrow. How do you do this show?
That's a common mistake that viewers at home and some of the players make.
I've never seen Pat Sajak make a mistake in 37 years.
The players make the same mistake.
I do too.
The players, but not the
and the
host.
viewers at home.
But not the host.
But she did as well. I mean, look, you know what it is? You hitting on, slapping around Vanna White is like kicking a puppy. Well, I mean, what's wrong with you?
I don't know.
There's so much ear. How about the kid that was the rapper, the 21-year-old rapper?
Juice WRLD.
Juice WRLD.
What about him?
Turns out he had 70 pounds of pot.
No kidding.
In his luggage, and he had just popped a bunch of pills, and he had this codeine cough syrup, and this was why he had a seizure and died.
Well, we knew all that was going to be the case, but you can't say that because he's black. And God forbid you say that.
I can say it. I just said it.
Yeah, well, you said it after the fact. I said when he died, it's probably something bad going on here.
Listen, who didn't think that? I mean,
My daughter, she swore. He doesn't do drugs, Mom.
21-year-old kid thinks, all of a sudden he's going to have a seizure out of left field. You know who has that? Lil Wayne.
Yeah, Lil
Yeezy.
Wayne.
Lil Wayne has been having these seizures for years because he drinks this codeine cough syrup.
Douchebag. So
well, that's what I'm saying.
So because Lil Wayne's a douche and Juice WRLD OD, that makes Vanna White great?
That's what I pick on them. Leave Vanna White alone.
What was she, your mother or something? What is this?
Look it.
You're worse with her than Donald Trump.
She is a defenseless, nice lady.
Do you remember when she recorded a promo? We have it for us.
That's right. Let's
hear
it.
it.
It wasn't
Hi,
very
this is
good.
Vanna White, and you're listening to Bernie and Sid. And why are you listening to them? That's a puzzle I can't even solve.
See? That was terrible. Her delivery was terrible.
That was great.
So
Vanna,
sweet,
we
Vanna.
love you.
Oh, she's God.
What are you going to do when she comes back in?
Tell her how great she is. Shut up, Jill.
Yeah,
Is she coming back in?
Yeah, not anymore.
Well, when when Wheel of Fortune comes back to New York City, which it was then at Radio City Music Hall,
Yeah.
we'll have him back. We'll have her back.
Why can't we never get Pat Sajak? He's the real talent on the show. He actually had his own late night talk show once. It was great.
He doesn't like you. That's why.
All right, serious
he thinks
question.
you're a blank hole.
Come on, stop. Is Pat Sajak as good at Wheel of Fortune as Alex Trebek is at Jeopardy?
Yes.
Really?
Every bit. Look, the game is simpler, and what it takes maybe to be a great host on Wheel of Fortune is not what it takes to be a great host of Jeopardy, but he does it as good as anybody else, as good as anybody could, possibly, and maybe he could do Alex Trebek's job.
I believe they switched one time.
They did, remember?
Yeah.
It was one time.
Yeah.
And
it was on April Fool's.
I think
That's
Sajak
funny.
was better at Jeopardy than Alex was at Wheel, if I remember correctly.
There you go.
Why do you got to kick a dying man down? Jeez.
Well, he wasn't dying back then.
All right, well, he is now.
Listen, he might escape it. He looks good.
He does look pretty
He
good.
looks good.
God bless him. Yeah,
He's got the wig going.
You know what I'm saying?
And the attitude is half the battle. He's got a great attitude.
So how many shows will Vanna White, my friend Charlie's killing her, it's hilarious. How many shows will Vanna White actually host?
I don't really know.
I don't know.
I don't know how long this emergency surgery sidelined Pat Sajak. By the way, they're coming out of the closet, but one of the few conservatives in quote unquote Hollywood.
He's a Trump guy, Pat Sajak.
I don't know. He leans right. I don't know if he's a Trump guy or not.
Well, how do you know this, though?
Because I've been around. I read papers. I know what's happening, and he's one.
He's one of
Trust
those
me when I
guys.
tell you. Him, you got John Voight, Clint Eastwood. Clint
Right.
Eastwood, by the way, the new movie, Richard Jewell.
Looks great.
Clint Eastwood takes on fake news.
Yeah, I like that.
Chuck Woolery.
Yeah, the other one,
That's
too.
another one, yeah.
Who's the guy that was in the Boost, that Coke movie with Sean Young? James Woods.
Yeah, he's banned from Twitter.
He's like the biggest of all.
Scott Baio.
Scott Baio. Where's he gone?
And Antonio Sabato Jr.
John Voight. Did you mention?
Yeah, he did say John.
And the Ray Romano's TV wife.
Is that right?
Oh, Patricia Heaton.
Yes.
Oh, how about that? That's a good one.
And I believe Suzanne Summers.
How about this?
Yes. Give me that Time Master, baby.
See what I'm saying? All right, so that's Vanna White hosted last night, and according to Bernie and Justin, did great.